What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. We are here on the forest biome in Chaos 10, playing around with some of the Hunter's defenses. I've been doing a bunch with the Spectral Knights. They seem really fun. In this map particularly, you can really do some just absurd double stacking builds. The Spectral Knight just fits right in. You see here we've got 7 of them up top, and it's covering both of the side lanes and just absolutely shredding them. Now, on these Spectral Knights, I've used 2 different setups, and to be honest, it's like an identical result. First off, let's go over and look at one of them here, get it upgraded all the way, and we'll check it out here. That is what we're getting out of this Spectral Knight using this setup: controller, defense rate, and diverse crit. Using Frosty Blades, Destruction, and Mass Destruction. Now, I've also used this relic, Anti-Melee, Anti-Chaos, and Defense Rate. It, of course, gives us a lower tooltip value. However, the tooltip doesn't calculate in the anti-mods. So we've got 2 stacks of anti-mods here, Anti-Melee, Anti-Chaos, and to be honest with you, both setups have just been completely annihilating Chaos 10, doing it either way. Now, additionally, I haven't played much with bats, and the reason being is the sonic bats, to me, they got the coolest looking projectile, I think, in the entire game. But their targeting has always felt a little wonky. Now, this is being recorded after today's hotfix number 2 of the Knights of Dragonfall update, so it is on the most current version of the live game on PC. Now, you know, building like we did with the double stack, we have just a ton of DU, so we're able to do a massive loadout here. Now, on the Sonic Bats, I've tried a few different things as well. One of the developers had mentioned they do suggest you use Piercer Servo on it. Of course, with the number of Vanguards we have in the game, throughout the entire game, really, Piercer Servo is going to get through those Vanguards. If you don't have Piercer Servo, then you're going to have something else on the lane that is going to handle those Vanguards, or they're just going to sit there and beat up on your walls until your wall eventually kills it. However, I have had better results with the lower damage, but adding the Piercer Servo. So, not real sure. I'm going with Mass Destruction. One of the things that is ridiculously good on the Sonic Bat, first off, a Destruction Mass Destruction double stack is always so insanely powerful. It's just a huge addition to every build. Now, overpowering Screech is a raw damage increase that stacks with Destruction and Mass. So we basically get a triple stack instead of just the double stack, leading to some nice, big, heavy-hitting numbers. Now, with that in mind, I did feel pretty good about adding the Piercer Servo, and to be honest with you, I'm glad I did. Now, I'm using Anti-Melee Defense Rate and Piercer Servo. Any anti-mod would work here. Controller is going to be situational if you're going to have any other crowd control in the lane, because overpowering Screech also does something, in my opinion, extremely powerful for the Sonic Bat, and that is it removes that half-a-second stun. A half-a-second stun in games, or in Dungeon Defenders 2 on the various defenses, it just stacks the diminishing returns up so crazy quick over the course, of a wave. It's just instant diminishing returns, max stacks. So I personally am super stoked that it removed that stun. So that is what I am going with here. And like I said, I've gotten the best results with that without going with 2 anti-mods. I even tried this one on it too, the defense rate, diverse crit, and controller. Of course, I didn't get the value from controller when I was using it though. But let's go ahead and check it out. We're here on wave number 5, and I gotta say, it's just absolutely beast. Now, obviously there's not going to be very many situations in the game other than big double lanes or whatever where you're going to be able to stack this many Sonic Bats in one lane. But oh my god, where you can, the destruction is pretty unreal. And then, especially considering you've got probably the longest, straightest lane in the entire game, as far as just a long, straight shot, Maybe the lower lane at Crumbled Bulwark would earn the title, but regardless, this is a pretty long straight lane with a shitload of DU, and it allows us to do some crazy things. I mean, you see these things are just getting wrecked. The Chieftains, I've got anti-heal going on the water aura here, and the Chieftains are like not even getting into the anti-heal. Just getting wrecked, which is quite nice. I'm going to have to pop that bubble on the Draken Lord here, though. He's still taking shots. We'll go ahead and pop it. And boom, he's just gone. These things do pack a punch. As you see, I prioritized upgrading the other lanes, so I wouldn't have to look at them at all. So a lot of these bats are not even fully upgraded, but they're doing real well. And just absolutely smoking this double boss lane. Here's a Tuskar. Now, they don't have... I don't feel like they have some of the scaling or additional benefits to use them in, like, super high survival or super high onslaught. But as far as farming Chaos 10 goes, you know, we've always really been able to use whatever we want here. However, we got something else that's pretty fun. It's got a really badass looking projectile and is very usable in Chaos 10, just farming or grinding content. But there is another look at the Spectral Knights and the Sonic Bats in Dungeon Defenders 2. So, definitely digging it. Been cool. I wish the targeting was a little different. I don't know, it just feels kind of weird still. But the projectile is just cool as hell the way it passes through the whole lane. But anyway, I can rant and rave, or I will let you all go play some matches and have a wonderful afternoon. And I will see you all next time around. Take it easy.